Nuclear. Why does China want to build a nuclear power plant on the moon? Why choose to cooperate with Russia? Dear friends, I am your name, a super space enthusiast who is obsessed with space exploration, keeps an eye on cosmic news every day and dreams of taking a walk in outer space with spacecraft. Today, I will give you a big surprise. This thing is so shocking that it can drop your jaw. According to the exclusive report of Emission City on May 12, a blockbuster news that shocked the global aerospace field surfaced on May 8, local time, at the International Aerospace Cooperation Summit held at the Moscow Space Center. The Russian National Aerospace Corporation, Roscosmos, and the China National Space Administration, CNSA, held closed-door talks, and representatives of the two sides were witnessed by dozens of international media. The Memorandum of Cooperation on Joint Development and Utilization of Lunar Nuclear Energy was signed. This 37-page document not only marks a new height of cooperation between China and Russia in the field of deep space exploration, but also indicates that mankind is about to usher in a new era of lunar energy development. Once the news was disclosed, it immediately caused a strong shock in the international space community. We must know that the extreme environmental conditions on the lunar surface, the temperature difference between day and night is 300 degrees Celsius, a high vacuum environment, and the continuous cosmic radiation make it difficult for any regular energy system to operate stably. As the most efficient energy device currently mastered by mankind, the deployment of nuclear power plants on the moon is undoubtedly a challenge to the impossible. What kind of strategic considerations are hidden behind this? What kind of technological breakthrough made this Arabian Nights possible? A series of questions poured in like a tide, focusing people's attention on this mysterious Huanghan Palace. Think about it, the moon is so far away from our Earth, and the environment is extremely harsh. It is difficult to go there, let alone build a nuclear power plant there. This difficulty is unimaginable. But it is such a seemingly impossible thing, but China and Russia have to work together. Moreover, as far as I know, this matter has caused an uproar in the aerospace industry, and many experts are talking about it. This is enough to show that this is not easy. Today, let's have a good talk. What is the meaning behind this? Next, let's dig deep into why we need to build a nuclear power plant on the moon, why we choose Russia as our partner and what impact this will have in the future. Why build a nuclear power plant on the moon? First, let me tell you something. As we all know, energy on Earth is becoming increasingly scarce, right? Oil and coal are traditional energies that will be used up sooner or later, and they also pollute the environment. Therefore, humans have been looking for new ways to solve this problem. And space has become our main focus of exploration. China's lunar exploration program has made many remarkable achievements, one step at a time. From Chang'e 1 to Chang'e 5, our understanding of the moon is becoming increasingly deep. However, as we delve deeper into exploration, a major problem stands before us: power supply. The International Lunar Research Station cannot operate long-term and stably without sufficient electricity. The environment on the moon is completely different from that on the Earth. The moon has no atmosphere, and the temperature difference between day and night is extremely large. The temperature can reach 127 degrees Celsius during the day and drop to minus 183 degrees Celsius at night. Moreover, the lighting conditions on the moon are also very special. Half of the time in a month is daytime and half of the time is dark. This means that relying on solar power cannot meet the needs of lunar research stations. During the long moonlit nights, solar panels can become a decoration. At this point, nuclear energy becomes the best choice. Nuclear power plants can generate electricity continuously and stably, unaffected by day and night or weather conditions. As long as there is enough nuclear fuel, it can provide power for the Lunar Research Station all the time. Moreover, nuclear energy has a very high energy density. A small amount of nuclear fuel can produce tremendous amounts of energy. This is extremely important for lunar exploration where transportation costs are so high. Take the United States for example. They have also invested a lot of energy and funds in space exploration. The US's NASA has always wanted to establish a long-term lunar base, but power problems have been troubling them as well. They have considered nuclear energy, but they have encountered many difficulties in terms of technology and cost. This highlights the foresight and necessity of building a nuclear power plant on the moon. We cannot always follow others, we need to take the lead and seize the initiative. Building a nuclear power plant on the moon is not only to meet the current electricity needs of lunar scientific research stations, but also to prepare for future long-term space exploration. With stable power supply, we can conduct more scientific projects on the moon and even use it as a transit station to venture further into distant planets. This is a strategically significant measure that will open up new chapters in human space exploration. Why choose to cooperate with Russia? As we all know, in the field of aerospace, America has always been our old rival. America does have many advanced places in terms of space technology. However, when it comes to sending nuclear power stations into space, they are lagging behind Russia. This may be a bit unexpected for everyone. Russia has a deep foundation and rich experience in nuclear power station technology, especially in sending nuclear power stations into space. They have been conducting research and exploration in this area since the Soviet era. The Cosmos 954 satellite launched by the USSR carried a nuclear reactor, although there were some accidents later on, but it accumulated valuable experience. Wu Weiren, chief designer of China's lunar exploration project, also said that negotiations between the two countries on space reactors in the past did not go smoothly. But this time is different. This time, China and Russia decided to work together to send a nuclear reactor to the moon. Because both sides have seen the huge potential and value of cooperation. Russia has technology, China has strength and a huge scientific research team. We have accumulated rich experience in lunar exploration projects, with excellent performance in spacecraft design, manufacturing, launch, etc. Moreover, China is very well funded. Cooperation between both sides can achieve complementary advantages and greatly increase the probability of project success. In contrast, while European and American countries are also very powerful in the field of aerospace, their progress in combining nuclear energy with aerospace is not fast. The United States has been relatively cautious in this regard, mainly due to concerns about nuclear safety issues. Although some research has been conducted by European countries, they lack large-scale cooperation and investment like China and Russia. This cooperation between China and Russia to build a lunar nuclear power plant is a rare opportunity for both sides. Russia can further develop their space nuclear energy technology by leveraging China's funds and markets. China can learn from Russia's advanced experience, improving its own technical level in the field of space nuclear energy. Through collaboration, they will form a powerful force in the exploration of the moon, leaving other countries far behind. This also shows that, in the field of space exploration, cooperation is inevitable. Only by working together can we overcome those difficulties and achieve a deeper exploration of the universe. And this time's cooperation between China and Russia undoubtedly sets an example for global space cooperation. We are no longer fighting alone but working together to strive for the future of mankind. What impact will this have on the future? The construction of a nuclear power plant on the moon by China and Russia is not a small matter. Its impact on the future will be huge. In the short term, this will greatly promote the construction of an international lunar research station. With a stable power supply, the research station can conduct more experiments and research projects. For example, we can study in greater depth the geological structure and resource distribution on the moon. This is important for us to understand the formation and evolution of the moon as well as find resources that may exist on the moon. In the long run, this could change the landscape of human space exploration. With a lunar nuclear power plant as a foundation, we can establish more complete bases on the moon and even develop and utilize lunar resources. Imagine that in the future, we can mine rare metals on the moon and then transport them back to Earth, or use lunar resources to manufacture parts for spacecraft. This will greatly reduce the cost of space exploration and make human space exploration more sustainable.